Hi everybody, for today's Tech in 10, we are going to look at the Activity Builder feature that is over in the Add-ons tab of your Smart Notebook software. Activity Builder allows you to create interactive activities simply by using objects that are on your page. To get there, simply go to the puzzle piece over on the left side, click Activity Builder, and it opens up a window that looks like this. Again, Activity Builder can be used to create activities that involve making objects on your page places to drag and drop things as correct or incorrect. And we're going to look at a couple of different options. The options are really endless in this as long as you follow the steps. To start, we're going to make two boxes on the page. So I'm going to make one right here. Make one right here. I would take more time to do this. If I was making an activity I was going to use this, I'm just doing quickly for purposes of this tutorial. Okay. In this box, I'm going to type fruits. In this type, I'm going to type veggies. Now, this activity is going to be a sorting of fruits and vegetables. The important thing to note for Activity Builder is if you're doing boxes, you want to make sure that you fill them with some color, even if it's white. So I'm going to use red for the fruits, and for the vegetables, I'm going to use blue. Now, just to repeat that, if you're using Activity Builder, you want to make sure that the boxes, if you use shapes, that you fill them with a color, even if it's white, so it recognizes it as a place to drag and drop things rather than just your blank screen in the back. Okay. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything here. And I'm going to lock everything in place because the reason for that is when students are up dragging things, I don't want them to accidentally drag my boxes out of the way. Okay. Now I can add pictures to my page, and then we're going to go back to this. So let me add apple. Let me add a banana. I'm going to make these a little bit smaller here. Remember, you can also do an image search right through Smart Notebook. So let's get the vegetables this way. Let's look up a carrot. So there's my carrots. Drag that there. Make it a little smaller. And I'll look up broccoli. Same thing you could do in the images from Smart Notebook. These you just drag and drop onto your page. Could also search clip art if I wanted to within this as well. Now that I have my sorting activity, I could simply do basic sorting with no feedback like this if I wanted to. But to take it to the next level, I can use my lesson activity builder. So let's go back to Activity Builder. The first thing you have to do is identify one of your shapes on your page. So I'm going to identify this box, and I'm going to edit this box. You'll notice this gets grayed out, kind of highlighted a little bit. This says drag objects here to accept them, drag objects here to reject them. So what I'm doing is telling Smart Notebook what I want this box to do. Okay, so I want this box to accept the fruit. So I'm going to drag a clone, just click and drag it, it'll dump it right in there, of my fruits into here. I want these items rejected by that box. Those are the vegetables. Okay, so I just created the correct answers for this particular box. Settings is another tab in here. So when accepted, what do you want the objects to do? They could fade out, they could snap to the center, they could spin. I like to do spin so the students still see them where they're supposed to be. And if they're wrong, they want to bounce back. I like those two settings, so I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to then select this box and do the same thing, but it's going to be reverse because I want this box to accept the vegetables and I want it to reject the fruit. When I click done, my activity should be ready to be played. So if this was done correctly, I drag the fruits up here, they should spin and stop, because that's correct. If I were to drag the carrots under fruits, it's incorrect, so it bounces back. Remember, those were the settings we set for this activity. Vegetables, oh, I don't think we switched this box. I think we kept that setting as fade, which is fine. I just sometimes like the students to be able to see it there. Just gonna go back to this quick. I'm going to edit. If you notice the settings, it says fade out. We can change that to spin. And we can show you what that looks like quick. There it goes right there. So again, we made a very simple sorting activity using Activity Builder by creating two boxes, filled them with color, labeled them, and added pictures down below. Okay. Let's go to a new page, because I want to show you some other ideas you can do with Activity Builder. On this page, I'm going to put some pictures. I'm going to put some words actually. Let me type, let's stay with the fruit. Let's do apple, banana, carrot, do some vegetables too, celery. Let's stick to 4 for purposes of this because I want to show you what that's going to look like. Again, I might make this a little prettier if I was doing this for a real lesson, but for purposes of this will suffice. We're not going to make boxes this time. We're just going to use the actual picture to label with. So I'm going to go find these 4 pictures and drag them right onto my screen. Remember, I can find pictures here, or I can go to my Builder over here, my add-ons, and find images through here. We'll wait for celery to populate and load. And remember, you can use real pictures or you can use clip art by just toggling between these 2 buttons here. Let's just take that one. And then we need to get the apple. Do it also in the clip or in the web search gallery here. Drag it over here. So now that I have my pictures on my page, I'm just going to organize them just a little bit better than they are now. What the activity you could do is you could identify each of these objects as places to drag the words to. So let's go back to Activity Builder. Going to select the celery and edit that. Just like I did the boxes on the other page and the other one, this is now going to be where I drag and drop stuff. And this is going to be one, this is going to be one, and this is going to be one. So let's walk through this together. I'm going to edit that. Okay? Drag objects here to accept them. I want celery to be accepted by the celery because that's the correct answer. Okay? All these will be rejected. A nice feature is add all remaining, but I don't want to do that because if I do that, it's going to put the fruits in there as well. And I guess I could leave it like that. Yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. And then I can hit done. So I want the celery to accept the word celery. So let's click done there. And now I just repeat this for every object. Edit the banana. I want the banana word to be accepted by it. I want the other words and the pictures, I want them to be rejected by it. Okay? Done again. Select the carrots, edit them, drag carrots there. Just gonna show you could also just drag each of these in there like this if you wanted to, just leave it like that. Because carrots correct, these are not. And then you do the same thing for apple. So in this page, instead of having 2 different boxes or places to drag things, we have 4. So you need to identify the correct and incorrect answers for every single object on your page. But if you get used to this, you can do it pretty quickly. So about 1 minute, 2 minutes, we just made another sorting activity. I kept it as fade in if it's correct, and I left it as bounce back if it's incorrect. So if I drag the word celery to the apple, it should bounce back. Let's do that. I want to show you something else. This is a really good time to show this feature as well. You notice how that goes behind my images? What I can do is highlight all my images and send them backwards. You're going to find that in a lot of things when you create them, the layering is not going to be how you want it. So simply highlight the objects, go to your object menu, and send them backwards. Now let's try that again. Celery bounces back. Banana bounces back. It's doing exactly what we told it to do. That's correct, disappeared. That's correct, it disappeared. Incorrect, it bounced back. That's correct, and that's correct. So it's just using Activity Builder again for a different example. You can have as many activity objects on your page. This page we had 2 boxes or activity objects. This page we had 4 different activity objects, the fruits themselves. So you could do as many or as few as you want. We can do one more quick example. Let's do a new page here. We could do something like, let's see. Let's write some words. Let's make some boxes and write some words here. You can be really as creative as you want to with this. Let's fill those. Let's just use a light color. Let's use yellow. Now let's add some words to the box. Let's do blank AT, blank AT. Let's add a picture of a cat to the box. Oops, let me go back to there. Let's add a picture of a hat to this box. So again, you could do anything you want. You'll see what I'm about to do in a second with this one. There's my hat. Let's lock all these into place. Now let's add letters to my page. So let's add a H and let's add a C. Okay. And again, we would make this a little prettier if we were doing this for real, but for purposes of this, let's just check it out. So now I have 2 boxes. So I'm going to go back to my activity builder. I'm going to highlight my first box and edit it. I want the C to be accepted and the H to be rejected. For this one though, I kind of want to keep the letters, if they're rejected or accepted, I want them to snap to the center. We'll see what that looks like because I kind of want them to see the letter on the page. Or we could do spin. Let's do spin. And if it's wrong, let's have it bounce back. Okay. Do it again for this next box here. Edit it. We want H to be accepted. And we want C to be rejected. Go a bit of settings and do the same thing. Click done. And let's give our activity a try. C for cat. That's correct. H for hat. That's correct. Again, the same principle as the other 2. You just simply identify on your page where you are dragging things to, and you make the correct and you make the incorrect answers in the Activity Builder editing window. So again, that was a quick look at Activity Builder. You can do so many things with this. Whatever your ideas, you can do sorting, you can do matching, you can do literacy and math. However creative you can be, you can make activities using Activity Builder. So get in there, play around with it. Let me know if you have any questions. This will be one of our trainings coming up soon as well. But for this 10-minute tech, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed it, and I thank you for watching.